Mike Callahan here. I want to make a quick video about to-dos and the power of this very simple tool in Service Autopilot. After working with probably well over 100 Service Autopilot users here in the last 5 or 6 months, I've been able to take a look at some of the workflow and process that some companies are using and some companies that are not using some of the features in Service Autopilot. So this video is, if you don't know what to-dos are, if you're not using them, I would highly recommend them. This is something that we've been using in our company for the last 4 or 5 years at least, and has been an absolute game changer. So you're going to create accountability, and a big rule in our organization is if it isn't documented, it never happens. So every time we go to close out a to, we're going to make notes of what happened, who we talked to, what was going on there. And once we have that, we've got some accountability in the organization. So if the consumer calls 2 months from now, we know who talked to them and what happened. So first thing I want to show you is where to-dos live and how to customize them. So under CRM settings, you're going to be able to find this screen right here for to-dos. You can add any to-do types you want and customize them. So we have anywhere from account issues, accounting, change services. Some of these are defaulted, but we have a monthly to-do, a quarterly to-do, a weekly to-do, an upsell to-do, a terminate services, different things like that that we customize that we want to be able to track on a specific level. The next thing I'm going to show you is the actual to-do here. It's under CRM To-Do List. This can be dialed in for all the past to-dos, all the completed, open, by assigned user. Right now this is our test accounts. Obviously there's several that have not been closed out, but as the owner of the business or the manager of the business, this will give you a bird's eye view or 40,000 square foot view of who's doing what in your organization, what's past due, and what's coming in the future, all based on the status, type and resource, branches if you're a larger organization, or the actual type. So you'd want to see all your estimates. You could pull up all your estimates to be done that are completed, past due, or to be done right now in the future. So that's how we use. The last thing I want to show you is on the client list. So under the client list, there is a timeline, calls, and to-dos. Just simply hit to-do. Would be follow-up on complaint, whatever that would be. You type in the type, and that could be an account issue. Hit save to do, and this is where we're going to be able to assign the resource, the type, continue anything in here. Under details, it's really important to start show a date, the due date, we could say it's due today, and the calendar start date would also be today. These all need to be filled out for the ability for it to populate. In addition, the priority, you can have high, normal, or low. So if it's a major complaint, we could put it high, and that would highlight it as a high. If we want people in the organization to be able to follow these, we can select them. And we can select the type, whether it's a client, lead, vendor, or none. And the client is already pre-selected. So once we hit save, that to-do is populated on the client's timeline. So when we go in to complete that, all we need to do is literally click on this. After we complete it, since I said it was high, it has this red dot here. And the system and process we use in our company is to click on this here, and when we complete it, we can actually add a comment. And we always add a comment on everything. So we just really said, talk to customer, addressed issue. Whatever it is, we make sure our staff notes this and writes it down each and every time, so we have a working document of what happened. In addition, if you want to start tracking your time on the to-dos itself, there's a start and stop timer to track the amount of time that's being dealt with each type of to-do. So if you have any questions or comments, drop them below, but this is what I would say is a expert or pro level workflow utilizing to-dos to create accountability and a standard workflow in your company, whether it's the home cleaning or lawn care industry, or for that matter, any other service industry. So if you aren't using to-dos or you're not using them in that fashion, I would highly recommend best practices would model something like this for your organization.